welcome to Mamon and me. Today I will talk about the things that I like about living in England.
And Mummy will also try to speak English.
That's right, I will try. But Mamon is here to try to help me. Okay.
Number 1, walking.
I love walking. I do love walking, really. Mamon and me and Daddy go out for a walk nearly every day, for long walks or short walks around the village, or we go to the seaside or the woods, the moor, somewhere new or somewhere familiar and old. Where we are, in a small geographical area, we could see rolling hills, green hills, fields. What else do we see? Lots, like cows, animals, farm animals, yes, wild animals,
Cars.
We also, in a small space as well, we could see an ancient bridge, an historical site, or a chocolate box house. Let's move on to number 2.
Number 2, pubs.
We do occasionally go to the pub when they're open. We go for lunch or early supper because I have a little one, so we go to bed early.
And not little.
Not too little anymore. But pubs here are family friendly and dog friendly, animal friendly. And I like my pint of, don't ask me, cider. That's right. But I make sure that Daddy drives us back when I have a pint.
Oh, sorry, I have to go. Lesson time.
Mama is going to have her lesson. She's having her remote learning at the moment, so that's just what it is. So we're stuck at home. We could go out for walks or go to the shops to buy essentials, but not to go to the cinema, for example. What's number 3? Dog poo bins. When we go out on the road, there are dog poo bins, and on public footpaths there are also dog poo bins there, which I was surprised of the first time I was here. Well, where I was in the Philippines, I thought, how could they have those? Because we let the dogs do their own thing out in the backyard. Whereas here, when they go out for walks, they pick them up, most of the responsible owners anyway, and they pick the dog poop up with a bag and then put them in the dog poo bins. But please don't open those dog poo bins, because you'd run miles and you will never forget the smell of it. Number 4 is gardening. I like gardening because it makes me happy and it's relaxing as well. It is satisfying to have something growing in the garden to pick, like vegetables or flowers, which I have grown on my own by myself. Number 5 is wild fruits and vegetables. I forage for wild garlic around April, and the smell of it is sometimes overpowering outside, but when you smell it, you know, you just follow your nose and you have wild garlic ready for your kitchen. In the summer, I pick some bilberries from the woods, which are definitely free as long as you keep on your path and don't disturb anything at all. And around the end of July, we pick blackberries for apple crumble. Blackberry and apple crumble. Oh, I could taste it like it's there. And pots and pots of blackberry jam, which is absolutely scrumptious. Number 6 is the double-decker bus. Oh, the double-decker bus excites me every time I think about it. Every time I think about getting on one. It's because it's live TV for me. I could see the countryside from the top. I could see fields and different kinds of animals, nature, the countryside, different kinds of architecture. What else do I see from there? Flowers is exciting. I'm excited now thinking about it. Number 7 is driving. Well, haven't driven in my life before coming to England, and it was ingrained to me, having lived in the Philippines, to drive on the right hand side of the road. I'm sure my husband would watch this one day and then he'd laugh, I hope, because I gave him the fright of his life once because I tried to drive on the right hand side of the road, because they drive on the left here, or whatever is left on the road. But driving gave me that independence that I needed when we moved here. We lived really not very close to the city center. When I needed something, I needed to ask my husband to fare me around to go and do this, do that, which was tiring. It came to a point where I needed to drive because my child needed to go to school, or I needed to go shopping, and he's busy and I can't do anything. What am I going to do? So that is a form of independence for me. Freedom! Now I pick up my daughter from school or drop her off then, and I do my own circuit, and I go for a swim sometimes, or see my friends sometimes. That is a bonus. And the last thing on my list is tea. I like a cup of tea. I'd like another cup of tea, please. Would you like a cup of tea? Or can you flick the kettle on? I like to wrap my hands around a cup of hot tea and then slowly sip it. It is nice. It is relaxing. That's what you need every minute of the day. Probably that's an exaggeration, but I have a cup of tea. Endless cups of tea. I am probably on my 18th cup now. It's just there, sitting, waiting for me to sip it. And then sometimes I dunk a biscuit, a hobnob, or a ginger biscuit. That's all for today. I'm finished with my list. Thank you very much for watching. Please put a comment down below if you liked it or not, or any suggestions or questions. Please leave a message or comment. And for all of you, or those of you who have been living in England or lived in England, visited England, what were the things that you liked about here? I would love to hear about that. So please leave a message as well. And please do come back for more videos. Thanks. Bye.